लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयामुनमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Jai Shri Krishna. Welcome back to Rasikyam, a humble effort to understand meanings of Carnatic music compositions. In today's episode, I am back with a composition, a kriti of Sri Muthuswami Dikshitar in Raga Vasanta. It is an eulogy of Lord Rama. Dikshitar has composed Vibhakti Kritis on Lord Rama. Even though Muthuswami Dikshitar's Ishta Devata is Guru Guha, Subramanya Swami, he has composed compositions on a plethora of deities worshipped across India. He has sung on Kashi Vishwanathar, Vishalakshi Ambal, Kamakshi, Kamalamba Vibhakti Kirtanais, and then Abhayamba Kirtanais, Navavarana Kirtanai, Navagraha Kirtanai, Dashavatara Ragamalika, Kshetra Kritis, Tirupati Kshetra Kriti, Tiruttani, and the Panchabhuta Kritis, Sriranga Pancharatna Kritis, many compositions on different aspects that can be included in Carnatic music. In that list, one very important thing is on the Kritis on Lord Rama. He has employed rare ragas such as Narayana Gaula, Ramakal, compositions praising Lord Ramachandra in devotion to Lord Sri Rama in different compositions. In this particular composition is in Raga Vasanta Rupakatala, and it goes Ramachandram Bhavayami. I offer my obeisance to Lord Rama, who is the scion of the Raghuvamsha, the dynasty of the king, the great king Raghu. Raghukula Tilakam Upendram, the foremost of the descendants of Raghu. Raghukula Tilakam Upendram Ramachandram Bhavayami. Now, why is Lord Rama called Ramachandra? I remember hearing a lecture on television, and there the Upanyasakar happened to mention when Rama did the avatara in the Surya Kula, Chandra asks of Rama, he says, you have a sambandha, you have a relationship with Surya because you are born in the Surya Kula. But what about a relationship with me? How do I get your sambandha? Lord Rama said, in the next yuga, I will be born in your Vamsha. But Chandra was not happy. He was not willing to wait so long. So Rama says, don't worry. Even though I am born in this Surya Vamsha, I will be called Ramachandra. So that's how Chandra gets the sambandha with the name of the Lord. So Ramachandram Bhavayami is the Pallavi of this Kriti. In the Anupallavi, Dikshitar goes on, Bhumija Nayakam. Bhumija is someone born of Bhumi, Sita. The Lord of Sita, Nayakam, Bhukti Mukti Dayakam. Bhukti is Bhogya, material pleasure. Mukti is salvation. Rama can bestow both. Somehow some people believe that if you talk too much about salvation and moksha, it means you are giving up worldly activities. That's not the case. You are supposed to discharge your duties in whatever role you are. But at the final destination for a Jivatma is to reach the lotus feet of the Lord and serve Him, the Nitya Kainkaryam that Acharyas talk about. So here he says, Bhukti also Rama can give you, and Mukti as well. Bhukti Mukti Dayakam. Rama's name itself is the Taraka Mantra. The divine name of the Lord itself is the Taraka Mantra. Namakirtana Tarakam Naravaram Gatamayikam. Naravaram, he takes the form of a human, but he is bereft of Maya. And in the Charana, Dikshitar says, Saketa Nagare Nivasantam. He dwells, Nivasantam. He dwells in Saketa, the city of Saketa. Saketa is Ayodhya, the very first of the Mokshapuris, the Sapta Mokshapuris. Saketa Nagare Nivasantam. Why am I telling this Nivasantam over and over again? Look at the word. Vasanta, the name of the raga is embedded seamlessly. You can't even make out that the name of the raga is there. What meaning it is conveying is something else, but the name of the raga is there. That is Dikshitar's style, very distinct. The Kriti will tell you time and again that it is Muthuswami Dikshitar's composition. You don't even have to see the mudra, Guru Guha அப்படின்னு வந்ததுக்கப்புறம் நீங்க decide பண்ற necessity கிடையாது. You will see there and then. It can be the way he employs the language. It can be the way he employs the musicality. It can be all these techniques of Ragamudra. See, if you look at compositions like the Chaturdasha Ragamalika, there he would have said, Sadgati Daya Kambhoja Charanam. What does it mean? The lotus feet which can give you Sadgati. Sadgati Dayaka Ambhoja Charanam. But when you sing it together, Sadgati Daya Kambhoja. Kambhoja is the name of the raga there. Samsara Bhityapaharanam Arabhi irukanga. So Dikshitar's style is so, I don't know what to call it. It is just by divine benediction, divine grace that he has given us these compositions. That's probably why no matter how much many composers attempt, they are not able to get that standard of Muthuswami Dikshitar. We do see so many Sanskrit compositions coming up these days, but this depth is not available. I'm not trying to demean anybody, but Dikshitar is Dikshitar. Samrajya Prada Hanumantam. He bestows the Samrajya to Hanumanta. What Samrajya? This reminds me of a shloka. Yatra yatra raghunatha sankirtanam tatra tatra kritamastakāñjalim bhashpavari paripurna lochanam. Hanuman, with tears of ecstasy trickling down his eyes, with his palms joined in Anjali Mudra, he is there everywhere where there is Raghunatha Sankirtanam. Yatra yatra Raghunatha Sankirtanam tatra tatra Kritamastakāñjalim. Yengavana Polana, he does not have the hassle of immigration anywhere. So he is entitled to go anywhere in this Bhakti Samrajya. So Samrajya Prada Hanumantam Rakendu Vatanam. That glide. Rakendu Vatanam. One who has a moon-like face. The moon is cool. It doesn't have its own light. The sun is blazing, but the moon is very cool. So Rama's face is like that. His countenance brings joy. Rakendu Vadanam. Rakendu Vadanam Bhagavantam Ramaniya Kalyana Gunavantam. We started this series, this season, talking about the 16 gunas of Lord Rama. Ramaniya Kalyana Gunavantam, one who is full of Kalyana gunas, good qualities. Kakutsam Dhimantam Kamalaksham Shrimantam. Kakutsa. Kakutsa was one of the forefathers of Lord Rama, and Rama, coming out of the dynasty of Kakutsa, he comes to be known as Kakutsa. Kakutsa Rama. Kakutsam Dhimantam, one who is of a patient, courageous mind. Kamalaksham, one who has lotus eyes. The lotus eyes reminds me of a shloka in the Balakanda of the Valmiki Ramayanam. Vishwamitra Maharshi comes in front of Dasharatha. Dasharatha is overwhelmed. He is very happy, overjoyed, having seen such a great Mahanubhava at his doorstep. Dasharatha says, the moment Vishwamitra comes, he says, please come, I will give you what you want, because you have come to my palace. I am so blessed. Ask me what you want and I will give you. Vishwamitra also says very intelligently, please give me Rama. I have come here to ask you and please give me Rama. And Dasharatha tries to compensate this request with many other things. That doesn't go through very well, because Vishwamitra Maharshi has come to seek Rama to fight Taraka. Dasharatha doesn't want to send his young son. So he says, Una Shodasha Varshaha Me Ramo Rajiva Lochanaha. This is a shloka in the Valmiki Ramayana. See, the first few lines of the shloka are very nice. Are very understandable. He says, my son is not even 16 years old, so I can't send him to war. He's Me Rama, he's the son of Dasharatha. There's another Rama who is the son of Jamadagni, Parashuramar. He's a little angry. So you probably went to go to that Rama and you came here by mistake. This is the son of Dasharatha, he's very peaceful. So please check the surname once. The final adjective he uses is Rajiva Lochanaha, one who has lotus eyes, Kamalaksham. Why so? Because the Vyakhyanam for this is very interesting. He says the lotus blossoms when the sun is up and the lotus will close when the sun goes down. Similarly, Rama also sleeps very early because his eyes are like lotuses, so they will close in the night. And you have called Rama, you are seeking Rama and Lakshmana to fight Rakshasas. Rakshasas are called Ratrincharas, Rajanicharas, because apparently their strength increases in the night time. So Kamalaksha, my Rama is lotus-eyed. Aptina Dasharathar solrar that this particular word reminds me of that incident in the Valmiki Ramayanam. Kamalaksham Shrimantam. One who is the Lord of Shri, one who is wealthy, director, if you look at the meaning, that's what it means. But Shrimanta is the Lord of Shri. Sita is an avatar of Mahalakshmi Tayar. So Shrimantam Nageshanutam Anantam, one who is worshipped by the king of the Nagas, Nageshanutam. And this Nagesha is Sakshat Adisesha, one who is worshipped by Adisesha, Anantam, one who is infinite, and one who sports in the heart of Guru Guha. Nara Guru Guha Viharantam Ramachandram. The Sanskrit is so beautiful. It's heart-touching. And the bhakti, generally I have heard this and I totally disagree with it. They say Dikshita composition like Jnanam Jasti Irukum. There's a lot of intellectuality in Dikshita's kritis, but bhakti is not very evident. That's probably because we believe that Sanskrit is very intellectual. You can't see the bhakti in it. That's not true. Look at the compositions of Dikshita. There is so much of dripping bhakti in it that you cannot deny it. It's probably because we don't understand it, and that doesn't make sense, right? So now that you know the meaning of this kriti, you should go listen to it and enjoy every word, enjoy every sangati of this kriti. I have attached a rendition of this composition. Please go listen to it, immerse yourself in this music. I will be back in the next episode with another kriti on Lord Rama. Until then, Jai Shri Krishna.